In the thick heat of Tampa's streets, a place rises from the sweat-soaked pavement, a neighborhood that wears its age and its struggles with pride. She's gritty, but has a soul you can't shake. The air is thick with the scent of cigars, fried pork, cigarettes, and marijuana, like history that never quite fades. The chickens strut without care, like they own the streets, just as the people do. The streets themselves are cracked and uneven, worn down by years of footfalls, car tires, and bad decisions. But there's a rhythm here, a pulse that never stops. Engines roar, music blares, and the heat hangs heavy, thick enough to make your shirt stick to your back. On 7th Avenue, the asphalt shimmers under a boiling sun. The neighborhood hums like a city, at war with itself, with the past wrestling with the present. High frequencies of bass noise mixed with the rattling of license plates mask any notion that Ms. Ella Fitzgerald and Mr. Ray Charles once made this avenue sing with their talents. From brick to asphalt, then back to brick, cars and trucks of all sizes compete for the most flashy and amplified noise as street cred. Heads turn and conversations are mute. But for a brief moment, the bass stops, and the tire's rubber creates a consistent humming and popping noise from the repurposed original bricks from the 1880s. The humming and popping stops and clucking create the soundtrack of this neighborhood. Nestled within the uneven cracks and hidden spaces between the old cobblestones, tiny crumbs lie scattered, forming a makeshift trough. These remnants of pizza crusts and other morsels gather in the nooks and crannies, creating a delightful feast for the free, roaming chickens that strut about with an air of confidence. The chickens, known for their vibrant plumage and curious nature, eagerly scratch and peck at these hidden treasures, transforming an ordinary setting into a lively scene filled with flutters and clucks as they enjoy the unexpected bounty of a rustic communal meal. For a moment, when the clucking stops, the sound of distant train whistles fills the air in competition with the trolley streetcars refurbished from that same time. It is a beautiful yet rough place, and it takes a keen eye and knowledge to take in the history once you look beyond its rough edges and grittiness. It is a place where occasionally you may have to cross the street depending on your comfort level. Junkies walking about like zombies or hunched over from today's fentanyl intake do not make for a fun stroll. Perhaps it is the people begging for money that do it too. Drugs, cigarettes, sex, and food are hot commodities in this area for some. The desperation is apparent. You have a choice: engage or move on. But there's something you don't see at first, a beauty hidden in the chaos, in the worn bricks, the peeling paint, and the crooked balconies. The food smells linger long after you've eaten, and the music never really stops playing, even when it's quiet. It's in the little things: the faded neon signs, the clink of beer bottles, the soft cluck of chickens scratching at the ground. And the people. They're loud, they're rough, they're real. They're the heartbeat of this place, flawed but undeniable. Even the buildings tell a story. La Beneficia stands in the middle of it all, cracked but standing tall. She's seen it all: the cigars, the rum, the politics, the sweat of hard work and harder times. Her windows are old, cracked, like they've seen too much, but she doesn't flinch. She still holds secrets inside, stories buried beneath the layers of smoke and grime. The dance studio above? It's where the new dreams are born, where bodies twist and turn, in a place that's seen both doctors and dancers, a space that's lived and loved despite it all. Ybor City doesn't beg for your love. It doesn't need to. It doesn't care if you get it. But if you do, if you see through the grit and the grime and the broken bits, you'll find something you can't shake. It's a place that survives, that fights, that's still breathing under the weight of its history. It's ugly, it's beautiful, and somehow, it's both. Ybor City might not be the easiest to love, but once you do, you'll never forget it.